right, troopers, welcome back to the top four of Trooper Tour Chilling Rain. We are chugging along nicely here. We've got down to the final four players battling it out for first place to get $1,000 cash and a beautiful trophy, if I do say so myself.
I like it. And we've got Luke Metal, ADP, Vicini, and then Cramorant VMAX coming in. So
The meta.
it is 4 different decks, so I'm very excited to see which one of these we're going to crown today. Our first game is actually starting right now, so we'll go ahead and get into that action for you. We've got Richard again playing against Cody Courtney, playing Luke Metal. Richard's playing ADP. So let's get into that, and we'll see how we get started.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look here.
Oh, no, sorry. The game we're actually watching is Levi playing Cramorant versus Elizabeth with Vicini VMAX. So we're going to watch the other one, and then if this one ends first, we're going to switch to the other matchup.
All right, we've got a handshake, a Victini, and a Dedenne, and a dream.
So starting again.
Capture Energy going to go ahead and both let Dedenne retreat next turn, but also grab a Porygon now. Looks like we are going back in. We've got a Pokemon Communication and a Rare Candy. Looks like we're going to use the Communication differently, though. Maybe not. Maybe we're just going to hold it.
A quick ball as well.
Quick ball discarding the triple acceleration energy I could get behind. I really think you want to hold on to that Rare Candy, Pokemon Communication, and Pokemon in hand, for especially with the Juniper being your fourth card.
Because then you're hoping just to draw, a Cramorant and a bunch of energies.
Yeah, because, I mean, you can get a Cramorant here, and then you can literally just have the Porygon 2 in hand, and then draw 7 fresh ones, and then just go from there and really have the game just be set up pretty decently for you.
So he's going to go ahead and grab this Cramorant now.
All right, we do have a passing of the turn here. Welder. Haven't seen Welder all day. Forgot it was in standard. Going to go ahead and attach 2 fire energy and then draw 3 cards.
Now, what is Victini VMAX's goal here, James? This is not a deck we've seen today, so...
So Victini VMAX's goal is that it does 220 damage to Pokemon Vs on VMAXs. So it really it really just puts the pressure on those, because for 2 short energy, it just can 2-shot VMAXs very consistently. And what it can do actually is with things like the Galarian Rapidash promo, it lets you place damage counters onto a Pokemon until they only have 50 HP left, so you can use that to combo with Victini, because the attack is 100 damage plus 120 if they're a Pokemon V. So you can put any Pokemon with 50 damage left, and then the 100 will just go ahead and clean that up.
So we've got a Dedenne here.
Yep, we got a quick ball coming down, discarding
Talonflame
V.
Grabbing another Victini.
All right. So we are going to add those fire energy to our hand.
playing a lot of different Pokemon.
Yeah. All right, so we do have 60 damage done to our Dedenne. We're going to go ahead and draw.
So we have the rare candy play then.
Yes, so we are going to go ahead and communication. We're going to put Double back into the deck. I'm sure that we're going to find a Porygon Z. We're going to go ahead and rare candy into that Porygon Z. Discard the quick ball in our hand. Draw 7 fresh ones. And see what our destiny lies after that.
If it's a way to remove this Dedenne.
Yeah.
A lot of energy, then it could be.
All right, communication hits the bin. A rare candy. Big Porygon.
We are live.
And 7. I see the big bird.
Now, unlike the last game, you probably want to do that with this one.
Yeah. I mean, there's no reason not to with no Zamazenta or anything like that. There's no reason to not be living your best life. Cramorant is being read.
Now, I don't know if there's a way to get this Dedenne out of the way, though.
It doesn't look like there is with the current hand, which I honestly think is fine because you don't really have a bunch of energy to be able to go in on that Vicini anyway. So I think what you're wanting to do is just bench this Cram and pass the turn.
That looks to be exactly what he did. Elizabeth taking your time here to figure out what her play is going to be exactly.
Discarding a fire energy to Giant Hearth to search the deck for up to 2 more fire energy.
And this is the classic welder style that we've seen for over a year, right? Like where you have your Giant Hearth, you have, the welders, fire crystals. Just really trying to utilize the fact that welder lets you accelerate energy that fast.
Mm-hmm.
There's a welder.
Yep, welder onto the bench. Vicini here. Going to draw 3. Evolve into the Vicini VMAX here.
Heatran.
Heatran. Getting the attachment for turn since 60 plus 100 is Exacxes on that Dedenne here. So we're going to go ahead and KO Dedenne, take 2 prize cards. Yep. Punched in the face. We're going to go ahead and draw for turn
See
here.
what this big turn looks like.
All right. We're going to start with the little Cram. See, that's what I was talking about benching last turn. I don't think there was really a downside to putting that into play. But we could have Evolutionary Incensed into the big one here. But either way. Gonna hope for a bunch of energy off this Juniper. And it looks like... Oh, is that's 6 energy of the 7 cards?
That looks
and a Porygon. So we're just... All right. We're going in tonight.
We sure are.
Multiple of them being capture energies even to be able to put Pokemon onto the bench.
I mean, this is exactly what he wants to do here. And then to draw a supporter. To keep going, but...
All right. Bye-bye. The sheep has arisen.
I was about to say bye-bye to that Vicini VMAX.
Yeah.
Most likely. There's going to be a lot of... If you guys are a fan of dice being rolled across the table, then you're about to have a
If I were playing this deck, I would literally carry around like a little goblin bag of various like sized dice. And then just like be like, I'll use Cramorant VMAX's attack and then just whack. Get out a big old sack full of dice.
I need him to lay them all down at the same time. That's what I need for myself.
I just want to be known as the guy with a satchel of dice and a dream.
There is some thought here because you need to figure out how many you would like.
Oh, 100%.
Probably all of them. But Vicini does have more reach than
if I were a gambling man, I would just literally put every card in my hand right now on the table and then just see what happens.
Just to reduce the gamble as much as possible.
Yeah.
Because if you try to not commit all and then you miss, you're going to get hit first. And Levi doesn't play a lot of healing, or anything like that. So we will soon see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 dice rolls right now. What is Victini's HP?
Vicini has 320 HP.
So we have to hit 4 times.
I think so. It may have 300.
That's not super relevant. We can find out. Gambling that you're going to hit 4 times out of 6 is kind of steep,
I'm putting it all in.
Yeah, you have to. I think if we had...
Yeah, there we go. That's what you like to see.
Vicini VMAX has 310, so it does die to 4 heads here.
Let's get it.
Are we ready to deploy? We are counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we have 8. And we need to hit 4.
Yep.
All right.
Well, and there's a powerful energy in there.
It's not enough, right? So there's 1. 1 for 2. That's 3 tails in a row, I believe. Oh, no. 2.
Only 2.
So we hit 2 out of 8 here. So it's going to do 140 with the powerful, right?
Yep.
That is...
and we're going to lose the triple acceleration energy. So it looks like it actually did...
180.
Yeah.
There's another powerful, right? I think that's the risk you run here with a deck in this nature, is that you can reach very high, but at the end of the day, you're still just rolling a dice. So hitting 2 out of 8 is not, while unlikely, not uncommon. I'm sure to make it this far, he's hit a lot of heads. So
I think part of the problem now is that Heatran can just come up and give Cram a big old wallop.
Does that one-shot Cramorant
It can with the GX attack. You do 50 damage times the number of energy attached to Heatran, and Heatran's ability says that whenever he moves from the bench to the active position, he can just suck up as much fire energy from the board to himself as he wants.
Sure. So now we do, so that looks to be what she's going to do here. She's going to knock out this Cramorant, take 3 prizes. Because Porygon's still online and we have all these recycle energies, we look for some sort of a comeback attack here.
Yeah.
If it's enough to maybe snipe the Victini VMAX from the back.
Well, and I was going to take a look here. So no Cramorant is kind of shocking in the Victini deck.
Which would be very useful in this situation to target down Porygons, right?
Because then you could take 3 prizes here and then just follow up with a Cramorant and Welder at any point to just win the game. But it looks like that Talonflame is what's taking that spot.
And that's the thing with all these utility Pokemon. They all have their great moments.
Do we not have the switch? Or we're retreating?
Okay. It's still enough.
It is still enough,
Still
but it's
300.
just everything.
Yeah.
Because for a second I thought we were going to get to keep 2 energy on that fresh Victini.
Now, do you discard the energy you attack with?
No, they're all on there. They're all on Heatran.
So do they stay with Heatran when he attacks?
They do.
Okay.
And they can't be dispersed back out either.
Okay. Now, and she did knock out this Dedenne earlier. So this will bring, with only 1 prize to take. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Lieberhorn, I misspoke earlier and said that it puts them at 50, but it puts them at 100 exactly,
Okay.
which is kind of
2
the joke
queen.
with Victini.
Okay.
Yeah. So we do have the KO from Heatran. Sending up Double. And see, that's kind of the thing. Double can just take this KO, right? Because now there's 5 prizes gone, which Double just hits for a bajillion damage.
Yeah. And then hopefully he's going to try to resist this, this comeback attack.
Yeah.
That's probably going to move pretty quickly as we see Double being pretty much all in for the game plan here. So we've gotten word that our Facebook Live here is ended after 8 hours consecutively. So between these games, we're going to go ahead and make a new post for that. That way, if you guys were following us along on Facebook, or you can switch to Twitch and watch it through there. So we'll try to reset that if you know anybody that is watching through Facebook.
All right, so we do see that Giant Hearth discarding the Galarian Rapidash V up there,
Okay.
adding 2 fire energy to the hand. And that Double, it's just a very powerful card in general.
Now, something to note is that Elizabeth does play 4 Boss's Orders. So
that is a lot.
With not a lot of cards left in the deck and 1 prize to get.
And Eldegoss, too.
Presumably, we're really just trying to pull something up. It'll just come down to her ability to find one of those, and we're weldering this turn to accelerate that energy. But Levi does not have much time to try to, close out these attackers here. We have a Pokemon communication putting back Reshizard.
Gonna get out that Vicini VMAX up front.
Here.
All right, so we're still thinking here.
Now, do you see a way for Levi to be able to close this out before Elizabeth's able to find a Boss's Orders? Is the big question here.
Honestly, it's gonna depend on his access to Boss's Orders, I think. Because he should be able to present another fresh attacker here between the Recycle Energies and that Porygon still being into play.
We just received word that Richard did win Game 1 against Luke Metal in the other top 4 match. So they're going into Game 2 now. And that's the ADP deck being up a game. Quick ball. Searching for another Vicini.
Mm-hmm. Lot of thinking going on and trying to figure out how they can close this game out.
And this is the part of the game that's so crucial. Like everything you bench, every decision, everything you discard with quick ball, all of this matters so much.
Here's the switch. Going to send up the damaged Victini. And then use the Spreading Flames attack.
For no damage.
Yeah, no damage, but it attaches 3 fire energy from the discard pile to the board.
We did draw a Skyla here. Glenn would take able to knock out that giant hearth. And she plays 4 of those as well, so I'm sure she's won a lot of this, the stadium battle today to ensure she's able to get all those fire energies. What exactly does Glenwood Tangle do? I don't think I'm...
So, Glenwood Tangle is a really interesting one. What it does... I'm going to refresh myself on the exact text as well. Glenwood Tangle states that when they would flip a coin for an attack, they can ignore all of those coin flips and begin flipping those coins again. So it's very similar to the Victini from Noble Victories back in the past, or Fliptini, where basically if you have a bad Cramorant, you can go, I want to try again, and just reflip all of them.
So I'm sure he would have loved to have that.
That would have been a good one, yeah.
Whatever.
All right, so we are getting boss's orders with Skyla. And then Double is going to
take the knockout here.
Get rid of Victini VMAX there.
So she's presumably just
going down to 1 prize there.
She has the boss's orders.
Got the boss's orders for the game. All right. So that is the end of game number 1. The Big Bird falling to Victini.
It really, that coin flip, you had 8 tries, and just
Yep, the game is completely different if 2 of those are different.
But Welder decks historically and continue to be able to just apply pressure, and you have Heatran, the ability to bring up and one-shot even, the Cramorant VMAX. So we'll definitely see how it goes with Levi on the play game too. So hopefully.
It'll be an interesting one for sure. Who do you think is going to take this one?
This match?
Yeah.
I think after going up game 1, with Cramorant being so... I could see 1. You go into Levi. It's just hard to trust that it's going to set up 2 times in a row. So we're going to switch over briefly.
I'm just switching over briefly here to take a look at this game. We are going to finish out the other match. But I just wanted to take a brief look in here. It looks like they're still in the early stages. Nothing too developed or anything like that. Cramorant has presented for a cut.
I'm all for game 3 here, for Levi and them. So it all just comes down to the start. He's able to do what he wants to do, and then, adding the factor of the coin flips. But Glenwood Tangle helps that so much.
Mm-hmm. So it does look like we have a Cramorant start, so not the worst thing.
Some quick balls.
Also got a Porygon Z in there.
Of a Volcanion start. Now does this deck play the same way where you like to start Volcanion here?
Yeah,
to try to accelerate
you're
early.
more than fine starting Volcanion here. You don't really have a super big attack, and it also lets you play a. If you do play other supporters, like Professor's Research or something, it lets you do that on turn 1 rather than being locked into a welder.
And she has 2 of those.
Yeah.
So not a lot, but enough that, if that's what we're
Also,
doing.
Volcanion is just super powerful. Like,
Quick ball for a Porygon here.
all right, so Quick Ball goes ahead and grabs Porygon there.
3 to the bottom for the cut. Go ahead and pass there.
All right. So Volcanion is super interesting because Volcanion's attack states that for a single fire energy, you can search your deck for a fire energy and attach it to one of your Pokemon in play. But if it's your first turn and you're going second, then you can search your deck for 3 fire energy and attach them to your board however you want.
Which is the case here.
It is the case here. So they are going to be able to go ahead and attach 3 fire energy out of their deck to their board. Pokegear coming out here, looking at the top 7 cards of the deck. Gonna go ahead and fail to find on the Pokegear here.
That's a rough one.
I think I saw boss's orders, but if there's a research or something happening, there may not be a reason to discard that. I also could have just not seen that correctly. Fire Energy.
Talonflame.
Talonflame.
We're debating on a boss's orders here to bring this Porygon up. That looks to be it.
And it looks like we are going to go ahead and go in. So not an optimal start here by any stretch of the imagination.
Really rough with a miss on the Pokegear. So if we're able to switch that out. 0 switch for Levi.
It makes sense because with recycle energies, you're always able to retreat your guy out.
Okay.
And then just continue to reattach to whatever you want.
So he's hoping here to have some sort of turn to evolve to be able to retreat back.
Yeah. He's also in another situation where he doesn't want to Marnie because clearly...
Like whatever's left for her isn't great.
Yeah.
She does have a Talonflame that's loaded up.
There's a Glimwood to bump the Giant Hearth.
That seems good too.
Take away yet another option from her.
I mean, he's sitting on Research and Crobat as well, so...
There's Crobat coming out to draw 3.
Really looking for like a rare candy here. Way to get that. He does not get that.
We're going to see a powerful energy attached to Porygon.
Is this just a Juniper here? Or a Research?
Yep.
To go ahead and just to have to find that. There's a Big Bird. Rare candy. I see a lot of energies. I think it's a Quick Ball.
Yeah.
With a second rare candy. So he's good to get it out of there at least. How much HP does Talonflame have?
That I don't know. I think 190.
Okay, so not enough to be sniped by Cramorant.
Definitely not. It's definitely bigger than that.
$190, and for those 3 energies does $160 to end discards 1.
All right, going and grabbing another Porygon here. Going to retreat that one out for Cramorant. And I believe we're just going to see a beak catch. This will go ahead and let him finish off that Porygon 2 setup if he's able to keep this hand. And I don't really think that she runs any kind of hand disruption either.
It does not look like it. The only disruption of any sort is Fan of Waves.
Yeah. Which obviously would impact the board by removing an energy card, but would not be the end of the game. It looks like she may not have much going on, though, and is just going to hit for 110 with Volcanion. Yep. All right. So we're going to see a draw. And I do believe that... Is this the time of day that Sesame Street comes on? Because I think so. Big Bird is on.
Big Bird is on. Normally, it's reserved for mornings for the children. It is 8 p.m. and
it is 8 p.m. and it's time for the bird.
It's coming on to a network near you.
It is the word, some would say.
I thought a boss's orders here to really like... But I mean, still you're applying pressure. It doesn't look like... We have 110. Talonflame does 160.
Yeah, I think you just dump all this and then research. Get out another Cram here.
Until he started to debate a little bit if he wanted to wait to try to get that back.
No, is that 3 triples in a row?
Oh my. He will not need all of those for right now, but
put them on.
I don't think so.
What could go wrong?
We saw that game 1 what went wrong.
Yeah, that's why you needed more.
I mean, if he would have rolled 6
more power.
He would have rolled 9 more times.
Yeah, we could have gotten there, Steven.
That's a good hand with the boss's orders for next.
It's a fine hand, yeah.
There's a lot.
Even have a replacement Porygon in there. All right, I think you just start flipping some coins now. You only need 2 to kill Volcanion.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 tries to hit 2. And he has a reroll if he wants.
Tails.
1 tails.
Tails.
Heads. There's 1. 2.
Heads.
All right, so it took 2. Took 4 rolls. He's going to take that 1 prize. Another Big Bird, so... It's a very powerful backup plan if somehow. That's a welder... Okay, we did find a basic. We found another Pokemon. Because she did not. We're looking at potentially the game being over the next turn. So, still struggling though. For the Dedenne here, is that?
Probably.
2 Dedennes in the deck, so.
That looked like a Heatran.
Opting for the Dedenne here. Just has to do something to try to get a board. With Big Bird coming in.
Yeah, we've got quite the bird battle going on here between Cramorant and Talonflame.
I know who will win.
Do you?
I believe so.
I believe that, you know who won't win?
I don't. Who won't win?
Levi, if he doesn't discard that triple acceleration energy.
That's true. That's probably relevant.
That's who I know won't win.
Phone that into the booth here. There we go.
Ah, there we go.
Look at you for catching on.
I like it.
I'm surprised chat wasn't there to grab that one.
I haven't been paying attention to chat, so.
We care about you guys. Don't worry.
I definitely care. It's just, it's hard to do everything at once.
Let's see. So we do see the Dedenne here. Maybe we'll see a Vicini. Okay.
There's Vicini.
The star of the show.
Giant Hearth has returned. That's, yep.
Okay. It was definitely a good bounce back turn for her to be able to try to get some V's on the board, get some energy. She already did Welder, though, to start this. We have a manual attached here. And we went ahead and did the 160 there. Leaving Big Bird wounded, but not done. 270 on that.
All right.
See an evolution.
Got another big bird.
Now, do you feel he should boss his orders this Victini up here? And go ahead and try to take that down. We see the evolution.
I guess if we have it already, then sure.
Talonflame doesn't really show any ceiling or promise to do more than...
I think part of our problem is that all of our energy aren't recycle energies. So when this Cramorant falls, we aren't going to have a bunch of replacement energy. Yeah. Like, we do have all those triples, though.
But you have to, like, do that dance where, like, you want to put 2 on there to ensure that you get the knockout.
Bumping that Glimwood last turn definitely is rough.
So we do see the rare candy there.
Into the other Porygon.
Now we have a quick ball for another Dedenne, right? To be able to do that. Maybe find some of those recycle energies here. Now we did just get word that Cody has won game 2, forcing a game 3 in our other top 4 match. So if this match finishes up prior to that, then we'll switch over to that one. But they are going into game 3. So Lucario, Melmetal, and ADP are going into game 3. That's exciting. I'm excited to see what that one will be too. I'm sure if Elizabeth wins, she would much prefer to play against Lucario Melmetal, it being a metal base deck. But Levi's going to try his best to ensure that doesn't have to be a concern of hers. So we have the memory capsule here. May he opt here to go ahead and shoot that?
I don't know why you would, since he doesn't have another option of a supporter in his hand. I think you just use the boss while you can.
Do you think you have the option to go ahead and snipe that to go down to 3 prizes, to then save these for whenever this VMAX is?
You can, but what if it doesn't?
That's true. I mean, that plan does revolve a lot going right for you.
Well, it involves her playing
so directly
did
snipe into... It. He did snipe that.
He did snipe the Dedenne to go to 3. And I get it, because the energy's going away anyway. So that is fine. But I also, like... It's also fine because it guarantees the KO.
It guarantees that, because, I mean, you're not really... You don't have to... Because he doesn't have a lot else. Now, she will have to VMAX evolve into this, and then put that to the front to then play into those, because she doesn't know he's holding to. Right?
Yeah, but, like, why would you not just kill with Talonflame here? Why
That's
would you present Victini? Presenting Victini VMAX only leads to some situation where he can win.
Now, he does have boss's orders, right?
Yeah. So you literally can't put it into play right now.
Just don't evolve into Victini VMAX here.
Not right now.
Because you want to evolve into it whenever you're going to be attacking with it, right?
Welder do a new one. Touch return.
We're going to see the knockout here.
Yep. And that's 3 big ones right there. So now we got another big bird. And no 3 prizer in play.
No 3 prizer. And does she have just 1 prize left to take?
Yep.
And again, now with this 4 bosses orders deck, like, just able to set both of these up to attack, like. 3 is the most popular number I think we've seen today, and in general, sometimes people play 2, but 4 really in this situation is going to make it much easier to draw that if needed. And loading up both. So both are ready.
Mm-hmm. I got a pocket full of triples.
Whatever's in front of this bird is going to die.
Is it?
I mean, we have 6 shots here.
9!
9 shots. It is going to go down.
I think debating between bossing up something that isn't a Talonflame or leaving your supporter open.
I don't think there's any advantage to bossing anything right now, right? Because there is 2 Victinis, you're not going to take away that line, and you're just at 1 prize.
Yeah.
So you're dead regardless if she's able to find it.
There's the Dene. Draw me 6.
No, he's not played a supporter yet, right?
Correct.
So we trying to Marnie, potentially?
Is that what we're doing?
Does he have Marnie?
Yeah.
He does play 4. It doesn't look like he has that, though.
Nope.
Because that would be the only goal for me is to Marnie. I don't think there's a reset stamp. No.
Yeah, you know what I actually do here? I don't even go for the KO on the active. I just do 160 to a bench Victini. Because I'm at what? 1 prize or 2?
1.
Yeah.
So they can kill a Porygon, though.
I understand that if they have bosses orders, they just win.
Yeah. So there's no situation if she does not have
But
bosses
you don't go for the coin flip here. You just
Kill it.
shoot one of those for 160. Because then you can either do that again next turn.
That is the angriest bird.
It is not happy.
Ever seen in my life.
It is not pleased. Oh, we're going to roll them all. Oh, he's picking up the whole stack. Okay.
No, okay, just 1.
Just the coin flip die. The 1 legal one. 1 at a time.
It didn't
1.
cost me a dime.
2.
3.
3.
All right.
Chugga chugga.
No, she's just had the boss's order in her hand the whole time,
Yeah.
so she's just been waiting. We don't know that, right? We've not seen it.
No, we don't know that yet. All right, the triples are all gone.
I think she drew it.
The children are nuzzled.
Oh, she does just have 1 prize left, right?
I think so, yeah. No, she definitely does.
Yeah, Johnny Cat. I'm glad somebody caught that. 1 piece at a time. I'm a man of culture.
Which culture is that?
All of the cultures.
Okay.
You just gotta embrace everybody. Her doing this doesn't seem. I mean,
it was not immediately a boss's orders handshake,
yeah.
which bears well for the bird.
It does bear well for the bird. So that may have just been a Pokemon communication with the red border. It looks the same. No, he just has one prize left now, too.
Yep. No, we're 1-1.
So if she's not able to take a prize,
I bet you he'll figure it out.
He should be able to figure it out. We have 51, 152, 250.
Yeah, I don't know.
Switching up is not enough.
That is correct.
We're just going to hit it as hard as we can.
Yeah, just boom, bop, bada.
I think it's just to assert dominance here. Going to game 3.
We're going to fan of waves,
Sure.
put a recycle energy
And
on the
just
bottom.
Oh, no.
To the bottom of the deck.
Okay. Levi has to be...
And then just...
Oh.
All right. We're going to keep going.
The second he saw a supporter that was not boss's orders, he must have been tickled pink here. A double evolve in the VMAX. To a crow. We're doing a lot.
We're just going in.
But I don't think he's concerned with anything else at this point. The second he saw a professor's research.
I definitely was not concerned with anything.
Yeah. Everything got... You can breathe for a second. I mean, losing the triple accelerations, he still has to manage to take a prize here, though. I'm not sure what she's... Eldegoss to put a boss's orders?
Yeah, it looks like it. Or Eldegoss just to get it out of the hand to draw more with Crobat.
Okay.
I'm still confused what we're looking for here. Is there a great catcher? Nope.
There's nothing left to... I mean, we talked about the disruption. Like, there's not really much there other than boss's orders and the fan of waves. We saw that.
Reset stamp.
That's a...
Okay, so there is some disruption in there. Yeah. All right, well, that's a good one to get to, because that
And you're both at 1.
sets you down to 1. That is a gigantic deal. This 250 looks a lot stronger when he's limited to 1 new card in hand.
We just got word that Richard did win his match over Cody, so ADP will be in the finals. The 8th seed.
I, for one, am completely shook.
I am surprised. This list is very good. We've seen Richard play several times today. Watched him take down Shadow Rider in top 8. It's no real surprise, I think, that he will be in the finals here. So,
All right, I wonder what this one mystery card is. I think
I
that
think
was
that
a Marnie.
Yeah, that's a big draw.
That is, what a draw for your one
Whoa.
card, huh?
He kept it close. He drew
Another Marnie.
He had them both.
R.I.P.
That's a... I'm sure he's going to manage to find something here. I see some
That's
energies.
some energy right there. That's
That is a big
what I managed
deal.
to find.
He's going to
160 to the today.
Okay, so we're going into game 3 here.
All right.
That was a good game, too.
It was.
I really thought I saw her discard the boss's orders with the research. But there's no way that would have been the case. It must have been another Pokemon communication. So, we have Richard awaiting the winner of this match.
Very interesting times. Very interesting times.
I don't think he would have seen this as the when he was going to face in the finals, either of these two.
I definitely did not. All right, let's see here.
It should be an exciting game 3.
It should.
I had my doubts with Levi, and maybe he'll prove me wrong here. So, that's a lot of energy. Got a good handshake before game 3.
There we go.
So 2 recycle energies in the hand here. Another Talonflame start. Well, last time it was Volcanion.
Well, Talonflame start is pretty good here because is she going first? It looks like she was chosen to go first. And Talonflame can attack while going first.
Is that his other attack?
That is.
Okay. See, I'm not familiar.
Talonflame is all about attacking while going first. I believe the attack is discard your hand and draw 6. Or something similar.
Draw until you have 6, maybe?
It's one of them.
We can find out. Discard your hand, draw 6.
Look at me. A fountain of knowledge, some would say.
Your Cramorant knowledge today for me has been the most surprising. I learned that you play Cramorant until 4 o'clock every morning. That's what
every single morning. That is all that I do.
You and Levi sit there and talk about it.
Yep.
Up into the wee hours of the morning.
Cram gang.
Yep. We do see the attachment with a giant hearth here. Discarding. Drawing 6.
All right. Well, that looks like a bunch of stuff that's sitting in the graveyard with the DNA.
Yeah. That's the other thing with these rare candy decks is like if you don't,
I do.
Oh, well, he had the Porygon. I didn't
All
see
right.
that. That makes it a little better.
And the recycle.
Now, if you discard the recycles with the DNA, you don't get them back. It's only if you retreat it. Is that how it works?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's if it would leave
In
the
play. Okay. So losing that one seems pretty rough.
Yeah. I mean, it's not to the point where you shouldn't be playing Dedenne here.
Yeah.
You should definitely still do it. It just doesn't feel good.
Yeah. But that's the nature of it, and I'm sure that he's
Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of how things work.
You just draw another rare candy and a bunch of energies, and it'll work itself out.
It'll try.
In this case, it didn't. But we still got... I mean, he has... we got a quick ball. We got some more stuff going on. He has the Porygon, I think. The Porygon Z there. We just don't have the rare candy. But he also has a quick ball to search, so... So he's Cramorant's first attack here to search out cards.
All right, yes. Cramorant's first attack for a single energy lets you search any 2 cards out of your deck and put them into your hand.
It looks like you got a rare candy and a Cramorant VMAX, so... 2 good ones.
That is 2 good ones. Not 2 bad ones, some would say.
That's true. You have the Vicini here. A giant heart thing. Your normal fire slated turn.
All right, we've got Pokegear coming out.
Oh, okay. Boss's orders.
So
really looking for that welder there.
Yep, failing to find off of that
That's
one.
the second one. The last time she did that, she failed as well.
Mm-hmm.
That is rough. And that really, and I feel like if I remember correctly in that game, that really stunted kind of the whole game plan.
Mm-hmm.
She lost a turn there. Now maybe she has another professor's research here, or some sort of a backup plan. It looks like a lot of fire energy. We have a boss's orders. We did have a research. Okay. She just played one fire crystal. So.
Yeah.
There's some recursion there. Decks don't play as many as they used to.
The big thing here is that there's not going to be a Heatran attack this turn on that Cramorant.
And that ability is only the turn he comes in.
No, it's at any point, but just that would have been detrimental to see like Welder put 2 energy onto the board here and then see that 200 pop that Cramorant.
Sure. No, that's a big turn. And she's going to go ahead and pass there. Drew another big bird. We are going to...
It is big bird time.
Yep. Check the time. What time is it,
Check time, everybody.
It is 8:24.
Let us know in chat what time it is.
For us, it is 8:24, and the bird has hit the table.
8:24 p.m. on Saturday nights is when Sesame Street comes on at my house.
So we'll grab a Crobat here. Yep. With the one Crobat not being priced here is really good, too. You're going to afford Levi to be able to grab that to try to refresh to then get some energies here. Start taking some knockouts.
Let's see some energy.
Here we go. 1. That is some energy. That is 1. He does get to knock the Giant Hearth if he chooses to do so.
He will.
So he'll get to presumably, take a knockout here regardless with the reroll. But we have 5 right now, 6 with a refresh. I think that this is okay for him.
I mean, there's really no option.
Yeah.
So
you're taking energy off the board, getting 2 prizes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's got to hit 3. 1, 2, 3. He would have done it with 3. So he does lose that triple and take 2 prizes. I think Elizabeth's got a uphill battle at this point. Missing with that welder last turn is such a big... Because now it's a VMAX and you're out of reach, with he trying to be able to one-shot it with what's on the board. So... we'll see a VMAX evolution here. Quick ball, discarding Reshiram Charizard. Now, is that not one you utilize in this matchup?
There's not really a reason to because it dies to 4 hits anyway.
Okay.
And it just doesn't do enough damage. Like the GX attack is its best feature for her.
Okay. And is that why it still plays 1 is for the GX?
Well, the reason it still plays it is it's just so good against ADP specifically. Because if they're trying to set up an ADP on turn 1, you can just on turn 1 get out the Reshazard, deal 200 to it. And then if they take a turn to ADP GX attack, then you can just kill it with like the 230 attack. And then it just... any welder deck with a single Reshazard has a decent chance against ADP because of that interaction.
Sure. So it's just turned into, like you said, like one of those more utility Pokemon, like we've seen in other matchups all day today.
Yeah.
So
like it's definitely, I promise that if you asked Elizabeth, she would tell you all the uses that it had in different matchups today. It's just not really for what's going on here.
That makes sense.
Because for 2 energy, you're doing 220 with Vicini. So it's just like...
in this situation, just...
Yeah.
Yeah. You see the quick ball here. And a Giant Hearth.
The play may be to try to boss his orders up the Cramorant on the bench and get the KO with Vicini here.
We have a welder. Good, but still, like, you know, I mean, you're building your board, but that Cramorant hits so hard, and with another research here, he didn't get that many energy the last time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot left. And Levi has to feel really good going into this turn.
Yeah, there's 220 damage there. And now, I mean, it is just time to go in.
Candy. You're going to thin this out, drop it down, and then research and try to reload.
Things are coming up just perfectly, honestly, because you've got a Juniper in hand.
So many energies left, too. Levi may prove me wrong here. But there's a lot of game left to play. Now, do you feel like Elizabeth's game plan here, much like Josh, you know, in top 8, was to try to target down these Porygons? We've not seen a lot of that early.
No, it's difficult with welder decks anyway to like ever pick when they're doing things.
Because you're trying to welder right until later in the game, so you're not able to like. That makes sense. We see an attachment here with the
So research. I would quick ball here. This is like another one of those small things. I noticed that the Mew is still in the deck.
Yeah.
You're not using that in this matchup whatsoever. So you can just thin your deck there and get that Mew out by discarding it to the Juniper there, since you had a quick ball on another card that you were discarding to Juniper anyway.
Fortunately, he didn't draw that and drew 3 triple acceleration energy.
That is true. Which, my God.
That's a lot of wings flapping. Try to see if he had a Glenwood Tangle. I don't know if it'll matter.
I don't think anything can help that Vicini except for running away.
Yeah. Just laying peacefully in the discard pile.
Or some really good luck.
Yeah, we've seen it. We've not that good.
Vicini is the victory Pokemon. It is lucky.
So maybe it'll come through here. It's the same situation. You can see he's debating, you know, how much you want to commit.
He's going in tonight.
Because, I mean, you're going to lose them now.
Yep.
So.
Oh, something's being lost. Something right here, one way or the other.
Something is being lost here.
Load it up. Cramorant.
That's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 dice rolls. For
that is so many.
I think it's the most we've seen today.
Why
did we not get this man on camera earlier?
If you would have asked me this morning that in the top 4,
I'd say 13
I'd be starting my first of 13 cram rolls.
All right, Tails. I don't even know if we need to track this at this point. He will, audience, just hit it eventually. I don't know. He's 4 in a row on Tails. 1 for 5.
2.
He only has 6 more to go to hit 2.
3.
All right.
4.
Whew. That was enough to make him sweat, you could tell. He's going to lose all those. We go down to 1 prize here. Yeah, another full grip of stuff to figure that out with. A reset stamp here would be nice.
Yeah.
Try to knock this out, stamp him low, and hope he doesn't draw a supporter.
Yeah, I mean, that last game could have been a completely different situation if there wasn't a Marnie off the top.
And then a follow-up Marnie.
Yeah.
So he had them both. But that's the thing. I mean, now, like, there's just a lot of supporters left. He has Skyla. Has these Marnies. $13.
There's a lot.
That is a lot.
It's commitment to a meme.
He loves this deck.
Understanding your craft.
He comes like he lives about an hour away, but he's played this deck for months. He played it when it was a welder deck, and it's neat to see somebody that cares so much about what they're doing to be able to be successful in a larger event like this. Where normally decks like Cramorant, because they are inconsistent, she does have the reset.
Yeah, there's that stamp.
It takes some luck and it takes some fun, and he's having a good amount of both. We're gonna see if that's gonna run
and
out.
I have neither, which is why I'm here with you guys.
We're gonna see how this goes. The stamp to 1 here.
Is it a Marnie? Probably.
Probably.
History says yes.
He is 100% on drawing.
Yeah, it is 100% of the times that I have seen him reset stamp to 1 today. Marnie has been the card draw.
I'd be doing more than putting 3 to the bottom after the last one. Let's see. Here's the 1.
Oh my god, the suspense is killing. Oh my god, it's Marnie! What?
Oh my goodness.
What?
Oh no.
It's specifically Marnie?
Levi needs to go to a tattoo shop and get her tattooed on his.
Woo!
This is crazy. There's nothing more she can do in this situation.
Nope.
Like, you put them to 1.
And you hope that it's not Marnie.
It is.
But it is. It is Marnie.
And 2 more energies to put on.
Yes, it is.
Oh, no.
2 energies and 5 fresh ones, please.
Oh, my
Then my
goodness.
deck, get that Mew. Get that Mew out. Yeah, or double, probably.
Right, if he would have drew that Mew, though.
Yeah, huh.
That's another situation where, like, you
Or you draw it off of this Marnie.
Yeah.
Like, it's in the deck where it shouldn't be.
Yeah. And it's just the little things. And, like, I mean, obviously, like, you're going to play 100 of these games, and maybe that you draw it in these situations, like, 5. But it's all about just trying to hedge. You know,
this is the
percentages.
top 4 right now, and we are 1-1. All right, and there's the freshens.
That's the morning.
Yep. 1. There's the cram. Energy.
You got 2.
All right, so it's 4 rolls and a big cram. Do you go for that, or do you go for the 160-160 plan?
I mean, how many prizes does she have left here? 3?
3.
There's not 3 on the board, so you just 2-shot, right? You might play it safe.
Looks like double is coming out.
And it kills it. Right? No. Yes.
Oh, yes, it does.
Okay.
Okay, I didn't think it did, or else it would have just happened. All right.
Took the game.
Sounds like a plan.
The Marnie again.
Marnie!
That's a rough one, you know, for Elizabeth. I mean, to do everything you can to be in the best situation possible. But like,
Marnie off the top both times.
That's a tough beat. It's great for Levi, and I think that, like I say, he's having a good time. Just rolling. And he went in today knowing this. He went in today, I'm going to roll a bunch of dice, and I'm going to draw, and we're going to see what happens.
And
it's
we have seen what happened.
Now, ADP against, in the finals, ADP is going to be hard-pressed. If there's any deck that can just put that pressure on you inherently, it would be that.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, and obviously anything can happen
At
in
this point,
game.
anything can happen.
But the deck that is actively built around gusting things on your opponent's bench is probably not what the Porygon deck is looking to face.
Yeah, they just have a lot more, They
are not going to be whiffing the boss.
Yeah. And he will, in theory, the game plan, would be to aggressively target these Porygons down and limit these big explosive turns like we saw from him.
Or to just end the game with like a Dedenne and a Crobat being killed after a GX attack.
I'm really excited to watch it. Every game we've watched of Levi's has been fun. I'm sure Richard's ready.
Yep.
He's been waiting for a little bit. So we're going to take a really brief break, come back with the finals match, and then we should be good to... One of these players is going to win $1,000.
You love to see it.
So that's really cool. I'm sure they're both very excited, and we'll be back to you guys
I'm excited.
shortly. Yeah, I'm ready to see how this ends.
All right.
This is not the 2 decks I thought would be here.
It is exactly the 2 decks that I thought.
When this day started.
Cramorant VMAX was on the top of my list for most played decks.
If you could believe this, when we did our breakdown today, only 1 player played Cramorant VMAX.
I
Do you know
am so surprised.
Yep, I thought that it would be more popular.
How many people played Rapid Strike Malamar?
2.
All right, where are those players?
They are not here now, so... There's also a lot of Shadow Rider decks that I was hoping I would see more of in the top 8.
And they did not perform.
That's how it goes, though, But we got these 2. We'll see you guys soon, and somebody's going to win $1,000.
See you soon.
So.